hit my marker. All right, so the reason why I had to actually think this through to be at this spot on the stage is due to a critical injury that I had after working for the City of New York for the Department of Environmental Protection, Department of Information Technology, a few different government agencies, building their online services for them to get online for the first time. In August 2006, slide going now, perfect, I had a brain aneurysm. This slide actually shows my current brain, not the brain at the time that I had my aneurysm, but shows how it affected me. A lot of people live with brain injuries due to either car accidents or military involvement or brain malfunctions like a brain aneurysm. All right, this right here, if you can see the difference between that side and this side here, you can also see it back here. All that is an area that's non-functional for me. What does that do? Well, it led me to have to learn how to reintegrate with my brain. I could not remember the minute before I had done something immediately after my aneurysm. I had to write down sentence to sentence as far as what happened 1 minute before, 5 minutes before, half an hour before. But after years of therapy, I was able to learn how to work with the brain. Now, it was through, that's a really small slide there, but basically through my commitment to recover that, I don't know if these slides are useful. Yeah, I don't think you can see them. So, through my, don't worry about the slides, okay. But the brain is the interesting part of it here, that through my commitment to using technology, I was able to functionally recover. I used my phone to get me from one place to the next. I was one of those crazy people that was online the first day for the iPhone. I got it because I needed to get to therapy on the Upper East Side and back home in Chelsea. Now, for someone like myself with this injury, this area of the brain handles the visual cortex. My vision, I am actually half blind. It's not an eye thing, it's a brain thing. If I look at anyone in this room, no matter how far away they are, someone in the back row, if I look at their left eye, I can't see their right eye. So think about trying to navigate around if you're only seeing half the world. There's nothing to your left. That part of my world does not exist. Nothing was ever there. I could never map later, oh, that was on my left on the way out. It was on the right when I went in. But I can't think of it ever having been on my left. Try and navigate through a world where you have no left. You have a right, but not a left. No political commentary there. So just being able to functionally recover, I had to commit to get to therapy at a certain time. I have to be on the Upper East Side at 10 a.m. How am I going to get there from the West Village area? When I get up onto the street level, I'll figured out that, all right, if I figure out traffic patterns, odds go west, evens go east, all right, I can kind of figure out the direction I'm going, but I can never map it in my head as to where I am. using that logic, having my new iPhone on me, and seeing, okay, this is where I am, this is how I can actually get to therapy. I realized that my former commitment to technology in my career was the way that I was going to get back to reintegrating into my life. Today, I use tools, generally enterprise tools for businesses to manage their relationships with their clients. I have to manage relationships with people. My issue is, with this brain, that there are memory issues. Tagging memories around people, I can't necessarily recognize a face in a crowd. If you're only seeing part of the face, you're not getting the full gestalt of the face, you're not getting the asymmetry from left to right. Would you recognize someone that you only saw in a vertical mail slot one day, and then in a vertical mail slot again another day? You're getting a piece of it. You may have seen their ear and eye and nose, but you haven't seen that whole relationship. So tagging, I was a very visual person, and this affected the visual area of my brain. So visually, I couldn't remember what was going on in the way that I used to. So bringing in technology, as I said, the customer relationship tools, where if someone called me, I see their face. I see what we last talked about. I see my notes on our conversation. I see my tasks with that person. My commitment to that technology in my past work has allowed me to move forward and bridge the gap past a major injury in my life that allowed me to function and start my own business again to assist people with disabilities to use the internet. My company now makes online services accessible to people with disabilities. That's what I do. I've had a commitment to the technology world, the online world, and that commitment allowed me to keep a straight path from my former life to a point where I had to relearn to walk, to talk, to taste, to visually recognize, to navigate, to understand complex information in a way that I could not anymore. So I used my technology, I embraced my former commitment to be able to jump over this gap in my life and to bring me here today.